Hi, and welcome back to Face-to-Face Learning Extension English. This follows, I've just finished on our text values screencast, and now I'm just focusing on our IRP screen and just taking us back to where we've come from. We had our first few weeks where we were exploring the context of our texts, and we were just focusing on what were these texts and how we were going to explore them. And we're building from there now, moving into weeks 3, where we had our checkpoint, and now into weeks 4 to 6, where we further investigate our texts. So I'm going to take us through what we're going to be looking at over the next couple of weeks. So step 3 asks us to research other responses to the texts that we've chosen, and you may need to look at appropriations to do this. So some of you will be looking at different ways the texts have been constructed. You might be looking, for instance, at different fairy tales and how they've been constructed. You may be looking at different academic readings that you might be able to do on those particular texts. For instance, you might be looking at a feminist reading on a particular text. So how have other people responded to these texts, and what are people saying about these texts? And the questions that you're answering are, how do people respond to and appropriate the text? What medium do they use, and what are they saying? So, for instance, Handmaid's Tale is another one where we've seen that appropriation in the way that the text has been developed. So there's just a couple of examples, and we'll further discuss those in class as well. And then we have step 4, where it says, consider the ways and reasons the original and later manifestations of the text or aspects of the text are valued. So find different versions of the text that you've studied. For example, there we've got the Hunger Games and Gladiator, both covering same ideas and themes and values. The first is for young adults, the second is for adults. So looking at some of those different audiences. Some academics argue there are only 7 basic stories or plots, and that all other stories rehash them in some way. What do you guys think about that? It's worth us exploring further. You should explore the reasons why a text has been reinvented. What's the necessity for a particular text to be reinvented? You may also explore other texts in the same genre or cultural period and explore how they and why these texts have been constructed in their way and how they're being valued. You may like to explore intertextuality in this section as well. So all of your texts have some intertextual reasonings and connections. So another thing that I'd really like to see you exploring. So that's step 3 and step 4 over the next couple of weeks. So we've got 3 weeks. So this checkpoint, which we do in week 6, it asks you to present your online journal for feedback. So I'll be looking through those. And the journal should have all the work you've done from those first 6 weeks. So I should be able to see a real development and phase of stages and all your work from steps 1 through to 4. As well as any other ideas and images and YouTube clips and whatever else you might have it discovered and developed along the way. So that's what we're looking at and giving feedback on in week 6. And we'll be working on that alongside our Death of Stalin analysis that we're doing with text and values and context. So lots of really exciting things happening when we come face to face on Monday. Take care.